So I'm now going to show you how to rehydrate and how to feed an owl that is starving. And in order to do this, it's much easier if you first wrap the bird up. It enables you to do it on your own, and it also makes sure the bird doesn't get any broken feathers during the process of being handled. So we've picked the owl up. This is an owl in our care. You can see its face is discoloured because it's been washed following hand feeding. So it's absolutely crucial to get the wrapping right, and it makes the whole job much easier. So basically we've laid out a hand towel, we've folded over the edge. We keep the bird's legs absolutely straight behind it, like that. Okay, now the crucial thing about wrapping an owl in a towel is to make the first wrap really tight, because that's going to hold the legs down. So go through one rotation with the owl and then pick it up by the legs and then loosely wrap the towel around the rest of the bird like that. Now it can't bring its legs up, and you can gently hold it like this. Now you've got both hands free, so you can medicate it, you can tube it, or you can feed it, you can do whatever you like. You've got both hands free. So as well as the towel, you need some slightly warm water, perhaps some glucose, or if you haven't got that, a little bit of sugar, and some meat, some fresh food to get into the bird. This bird is starving and it's dehydrated. It's not going to survive unless we get fluid and food into it. Don't just put it in a box and expect it to drink or eat. That's just not going to happen. And one of the things you might have to hand is a child's paintbrush. This is the safest way to get fluid into an owl, particularly if you're inexperienced. I've mixed up some warm water with some glucose. The water is the most important thing of all. And here we go, we're going to dab the brush into the glucose. If you don't have glucose, use sugar. So I'm just holding the upper mandible, I'm holding the beak open with my other fingers, and this child's paintbrush, you just touch it into the back of the open gate like that, so the fluid is running in. You really can't do any harm like that, and wait for the bird to swallow. There we are, there's the swallowing action, which is fantastic. So you just repeat that over and over again. It's a very slow method of getting the liquid in, but it's very, very safe. You're going to be there for a good 10-15 minutes doing that in order to get in 3, maybe 4 mils of liquid. We can get it in quite a lot faster if you've got a tiny little syringe like this. This is a 1 mil syringe. Same thing, very safe, because we're only putting drips into the open gape. We're only going to give about 4 drops. So we're just holding the upper mandible, opening the beak, and here we go. In goes the fluid, and then let go, wait for the bird to swallow. There it goes. Beautiful. Altogether, we need to be getting about 5 to 10 mils of warm water and glucose into a starving owl of this size. At the Barn Owl Trust, we use a larger 5 mil syringe with a tube that will go all the way down the owl's neck. So this is a very, very specialist method, but you can have a go if you have these things to hand. The important thing is that you hold the neck straight. So here we are filling the syringe, 3 mils of fluid, hold the upper mandible, open the beak, pull the head upwards slightly to straighten the neck, and then go down through the corner of the gape, straight down, 3 mils of fluid straight in, and then hopefully we're going to see the bird swallow. There we go. So now we need to get food into it. Don't expect it to swallow voluntarily. If you just touch the beak with the food, it's most unlikely to take it from you. So we need to be pushing the food in. We're using pieces of poultry chick about the size of your thumbnail. If you don't have that, obviously, you're not likely to, you can use raw chicken or raw beef. Please don't use pork or lamb. Okay, same procedure with the beak. Hold the upper mandible, open it up, and then pop the food in the beak and just push it to the back of the gape like that. And then hopefully we'll see the owl swallow. There we go. Now sometimes the swallowing takes a really long time and you have to be patient. Sometimes it's very fast. Tawny owls are generally easier to feed than barn owls. Give it a few seconds for that to go down the neck. You don't want to rush. Then we're going to start the same procedure all over again. Another piece of food, hold the upper mandible, open the beak, pop the food in, push it to the back of the gape, and there. So the amount of food we need to get into it initially would be about the same amount that you would use to fill a small matchbox. Do that 2-3 times a day with the fluid and you can save his life. You can find more information on the Barn Owl Trust website, and if you'd like to make a donation to support this work, that would be wonderful.